Welcome back to another dastardly daring episode of ReZero where everything is going wrong. If it isn't a crowd losing their heads in a less than metaphorical sense, but now Emilia has picked up a new suitor. Or he has, at least. Or he's picked her up, at least. Still, plenty going on. Subaru trying to his best to even try and work out what the hell as the first course of action, considering a failed couple of attempts. But also small storylines on the outskirts of it all. You know, Reinhardt and his family, Garfield and the potential mother figure, and with all of the royal candidates all here and gathered, I think things are definitely going to get interesting. Luckily, we have plenty of episodes ahead of us, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check the links in the description for my Discord to not miss future uploads, or my Patreon to get uncensored versions of whatever we watch. But for now, dig yourselves in and get a drink, because we're about to watch some more ReZero. I mean, if you want to start off a season with a bit of a bang, this is a pretty good way of doing it, having the extra long episode for episode 1 to really set the setting and the scene and the characters and whatnot. And then plunge them straight into this town where, wow. You see, each of the Archbishops of Sin have a peculiar way of interacting with people. This one seems to be the most able of a conversation, but well, that seemed to placate, at least for a small time. Yeah, they don't exactly get on, do they? I don't think that Subaru is going to be having any happy fun time with his friends anytime soon. But also, what is with... well, first I got distracted again just by the intro itself. Very kind of classical anime intro style. I think I said that before, but still. I had almost forgotten that Rem was absent from the story. Is she going to become a relevant plot point again anytime soon, or is it taking a sabbatical based on, you know, everything that's going on here now? Especially, you know, we still need to get Puck back. Can we just spend an episode following Otto around as he makes general purchases? Oops. Ah. Just who you want to condescend, just who you want to displease. I mean, people can wear whatever they like in this world, but you're thinking someone in full nondescript guard plating? would stand much of a chance. And what form does gluttony take? Kind of a bit of a heavy hand there. I mean, this world is spectacularly devoid of manners and etiquette, I know, but still. I mean, if they can pit themselves against each other, then gives Subaru a bit of leeway. I don't think they get on very well, so yeah. I mean, we still need to, get her away from the main source of danger. And, Raph, big, showy attacks with these flames. That scorched crater of Earth is kind of cool. Yeah, being attacked from two fronts at once. Nice, but how can it be? Yeah, everyone needs to watch out for that stomach uppercut. Still was a little practice. I mean, it was a good attempt. The fact that they now probably notice that there's a connection between him and this invisible providence and the Archbishop of Sloth. Ore no yome. Yeah, I mean, if Subaru didn't tell him her name, then would he have even cared to ask? So I do like the idea of this is all a bunch of it surrounds about love. Pride is very surface level. Her is really weird form of it. Did she never actually meet the guy? She just knew the skill, or is it the skill herself that she's infatuated with? What is this conversation? Also, doesn't Pride care that Amelia is, the curse of the witch or whatever it is? Oh, what the fuck? They're all doing well. She is reliving some very nice memories of hers. At least now he knows a quick way to alter her mindset. Half Devil, that was what they were calling her. Yeah, can't just have a normal day. I saw the light colour change. Do they only have a certain time Right? His eyes are red again. He's being overtaken by wrath. Nice, but pretty good reaction. Just, huh? Is this eye for an eye? Yeah, okay, cool. A little bit of rudeness and half of his leg just vaporizing. Yeah, they were all attached, weren't they? Right. Is she. At least they can rise above the pain and don't notice it in that time, so. I guess one takeaway of this is that Subaru now knows that if he can extend the timeout, they just leave. This is a survive situation, isn't it? It's, I mean, with Mimi going along just putting things so bluntly for him, I think that's the kind of encouragement you need. But to go from that scene with the archbishops to now this, it's quite a difference. Does it have a certain nostalgic taste to it? Oh, I wouldn't to him actually. He was just a baby, but still. Well, let's. Times are different. Maybe they did feed babies tea. Hurry up and get the fuck out. Yeah, this is a home warming, well deserved. Yeah, everyone has their own life they lead. And like I said, Mimi being the just straightforward. All right, cool. I see you're braking. Let's go. We're already on our way out. She just won't vanish, will she? Even if he knows it's just a vision and whatnot and is playing in his head, would it make you stumble and trip? Some visions are a bit more vivid than others. Yeah, the tea wasn't to his liking, that was all. He has some good fucking legs if he caught up with Garfield. Got any cakes or anything that your wife made? Hmm. Okay, I mean, digging into a bit of passing questioning here. If he knows anything about what happened. Well, it seems as though it wasn't just a wild guess. This truth of his. I guess, connecting lost people and whatnot in this world is a little more difficult. You know, So the mother that he knew was lost that day, but, you know, apparently her... But apparently her personality and whatnot stayed much the same. I mean, his story alone does seem as though it's genuine. That is going to be a difficult question. A new in-law? Is that how it works? I like it's from his point of view. After so long and finally finding her, to be able to pass it off, to allow her just to have a new life. Undercut the tension in the air. That's what you need. Did she just give herself that moniker? I think, yeah, Gorgeous Tiger, yeah, sure, if that's what they were calling him, but... I mean, it's fair. Especially in a tender moment such as this. Quick on the uptake, I see. There was no need to ask the guy the history of it and how he met his wife. Just ask Mimi, apparently. Get a good sense of smell. Not necessarily, but you have a point. Are there any women around here? Is that how it works? I think, considering his personal battles and strife that he's went through and everything, being able to actually get a little closer to that answer and having closure in it, and finding out that she had forgotten everything and moved on. I mean, to be fair, you did walk away from the situation without letting them know anything. Pretty good voice acting. Like the croaks in the voice there. He's got all the time in the world. He doesn't need to go straight away. Huh? Okay, there's disappearing parents and those that just abandon their kids. And what kind of taste is this going to be to him? A bit... Okay. Just sweet, not a bit sour. Four archbishops. One for each direction. And yeah, we can't ever have a nice moment, can we? Garth finding his mother, having a little sit-down picnic. 5 minutes of happiness. That's your limit. At least all of them had the same injury, so they know how to treat it, more or less. She's been, what, by his side the entire time? Thanks. Thanks, Felix. You'll open up the stitches, open up the wounds. And stuck it back on. And then what? The same for everyone else, or did they not receive the same healing and treatment like he did? Actually, coming through and being helpful, despite everything that the kid had been through. So about this mana supplement. Is there anyone that can take Subaru's place of fixing everything right now? No, it's because they wanted to be in his gratitude, a favor owed. I mean, if she is displaced currently, yeah, needs to be present in the conversation. How many of them are going to be left by after tomorrow evening? I mean, yeah, pretty sure. And there was another one. And there was the broadcast, and there was the guard. Otto can... We were taken away from Otto. Okay, cool. We are flooding Old Londor. Right, and what was the plan here? To take over the city and what? I'm guessing it's not for tax purposes. I guess it's time for a history lesson. And that trap succeeded. It was sprung. So what, are we just going to have to explore the waterways? Oh, they just can't sit still, can they? So, let me guess, he's going to have to make a choice. So her entire family is now at risk. I mean, the care and worry she had for him when she gave him the necklace and everything, and... Well, I mean, this story is definitely getting entertaining, isn't it? Having 4 of the archbishops all collude around the town, having a corpse of a witch buried somewhere beneath it. And of course, then there's the more human element. A boy and his mother, even if she doesn't remember, but doing everything that he can to not make her lose a second chance at a family. He's a good boy at heart, isn't he, that gorgeous tiger? Still, Archbishop of Pride, I would say, on servers right now, is maybe one of the scariest. Just because whenever you have someone that has more of a calm exterior and a bit of elegance, charm, etiquette, but a very quick to anger, actually, yeah, that when the calm man raises his voice, that's when you know you need to be scared. Unlike the Wrath, who's always shouting. Sure, she can get a lot of people behind her, but somehow it's just not as terrifying. And then, of course, the other two, which we don't really know a lot about, just do not let the short one near you. Unless you want to be pavement pizza. ReZero was a show where, obviously getting into the story of it, having Subaru come to terms with the world, its setting, its people, and the fact that everyone is out to get him 24/7, slowly carving out a little niche for himself, only to be dragged squarely back into trouble. And now, with the Archbishop's taking a bit of an interest in him, thanks to giving himself a little slice of the power pie. If he can master the invisible hands, then, well, general tasks will be a lot easier. Manual labour, especially. So, I'm trying to think of where this can go down the line. Obviously, with Amelia being abducted, absconded away, obviously to a happy new life as the wife of Pride. Are they expected to cater an event? Have some wedding gifts prepared? They're going to get mad if they don't? The irrational and the insane becomes more mere normalcy when introduced with the Archbishop, so anything can pretty much happen. I'm intrigued with the city's founding, though. If the entire thing was built as a trap to lure in a witch, maybe it started off as an initial just a couple of buildings and a settlement to make sure that the witch stayed there, and it just grew into the city it is now. Until the fable kind of lost its meaning and people forgot. But still, wouldn't there be some questions about building a town on top of the proposed grave of a witch? When they didn't actually confirm the body? Looks like we'll be digging through the watery catacombs. That'll be fun. And I want to be there to watch it, and hopefully you will as well. If you enjoyed this, if I entertained you in any matter, if I elevated the episode above what it already was, which I definitely didn't, let me know down below. If you leave a like on the video and a comment down below, it really helps beat the YouTube algorithm. Tell it to not completely ignore this channel again. You can also join onto my Discord for notifications when new videos get released, and as I said, my Patreon as well, so you can get the anime without any censorship, full versions, and just enjoy the time. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest so that we can just have a nice anime journey with Mum. I feel as though Garth's story is only going to end in heartbreak again. Why is that? See you in the next one.